Welcome to the DTF1 podcast, where we are always down to Formula One. I'm your host, Andre. This is my co-host, Trent. Hello, Trent.
You really extend my name, don't you? Hi, Andre. How are you? So, where are you now?
Barcelona.
What are you doing there?
Vamos. I'm here for a film festival.
Okay.
For a film I made, which we can talk about another day.
Okay.
A documentary. And
Awesome.
yes, and I thought I'd just come for a bit, just come for a bit rather than, who can be bothered flying in, flying out of Europe? It's too hard, too long, too tiring. Thought I'd just come for a bit and chill from here and work from here. Long story short.
How long is it from Singapore to there?
It's actually not too bad from Singapore. Singapore's a lot better of a place to travel from than Australia is. Australia's like a million miles away from anything, and it's multiple flights and changes and blah, blah, blah. Singapore's actually pretty good. It's like a 12-hour flight from Singapore. So one flight, have a sleep, you're there. It's not too bad.
Happy day. Yeah. And you said Barcelona game tonight?
Barca game tonight, yep. It's a friendly, it's a charity match. So La Liga started 2 weeks ago. But tonight they're having a charity match against Manchester City.
Oh, wow.
For some reason that I need to look into. But apparently it's a sellout, so that'll be a pretty cool vibe. And then there's an actual La Liga match on Sunday that I'm going to as well. So
that is cool. Not for you.
What's going on with you?
Nothing going on with me. I'm here to talk about Formula One, not talk about me. Guess what? The summer break is done. Finally, it's done. Well, yeah, done in a couple of days. By the time this comes out, it's going to be done.
I feel like it went fast.
I feel like it's a waste of time.
We're going to do all these bonus episodes that we did like two? But we did one every week, right?
We did. Yeah, we smashed it. Yeah. I think we did really well.
We did review of Hungarian, and then bonus app, and then here we are already, race week again.
Spa preview. So
preview.
If we go back to our last review, all the hype is around Piastri, right? Nothing's happened.
Yeah, silly. I think nothing was ever going to get announced during the summer break. I think this week it'll start to crack off because they can't hide anymore, right? No one can hide. Zach Brown's got to face the driver's press conference. Ricardo's the team principal's press fucking hell press conference. Ricardo and Alonso have got to go sit in front of reporters for a driver press conference. I think it'll all start to come out this week. It has to, right?
It was around this time last year where Russell got announced at Merck. So it's around that time. Anyway, we're going to Spa. This is a driver's track. One of our favourites.
Do you think there's cool tracks in the world, but Formula One don't go to a lot of them, right? Bathurst, Le Mans, there's a lot of cool shit, right? But I would have to say this is one of the coolest F1 circuits, if not the coolest.
Well, I think what people seem to forget is, like, we see F1 cars come to Melbourne and we actually go and look at them, but it's not a true reflection of what an F1 car is capable of. Yeah, you've got a couple of straights, not many high-speed corners. You go to Spa, you've got a Rouge, the fastest corner in motorsport. They're doing about 315 through the apex there. Then
down straights, down a dip up a hill over a crest, like just insane. Yeah,
amazing. So it's like, that is, if you want to see an F1 car at its maximum potential, that's the place to go. Well and truly.
And it's just so cool, like through the forest, ups, downs, big wide curves that you can use. I wonder if track limits will come into things here. But like big wide curves, like there's not really any clumsy sausage curbs to fumble your way over. Like it's all just flat, smooth, fast, flowing. Oh.
Be boring in a slow car, I reckon.
It'd take like 4 minutes to do a lap in a slow car, yeah.
Oh, imagine driving a high car around there. How boring. Yeah, it's long.
Bring a packed lunch, yeah.
Type of car that'll go well here, I think they say something that's very balanced. So something that's got good aero whilst slippery in a straight line. I think the Red Bull seems to cover that pretty well. That straight line advantage, but they seem to be pretty good through the corners. So
it's not as clear cut, is it, as other circuits like Baku, big straights, not very fast corners. Jeddah, Jeddah, very fast straights, some fast corners. Monza, fast straights, not so many fast corners. And then I feel like this has both, probably more than anywhere.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and the commitment required from a driver around some of those corners too. A Rouge, typically in any other category, so even GT cars now are flat through there. So GT3 cars are flat through a Rouge, that's a big step insane. Up. That's pretty crazy. And but that's on the edge. Whereas these guys, F1, it's just another thing. They're nearly flat in the wet.
So that's insane. So when I first started watching Formula One, late 90s, early 2000s, it was always like, can sketchy. You do it flat? Can you not? Do you remember when Zonta and Villeneuve, they were teammates at BAR?
They crashed 3 times.
They both made a pact to go try it flat, and they both went and tried it flat, and they both had like the mother and father of all shunts through Eau Rouge. Imagine being the team principal. You'd be like, you fucking boneheads. What are you doing?
Anyway,
that was bad. But now it's just easy. Will it be easy flat this year with the heavier cars, slightly less downforce? Probably.
I think it'll be easier because they've got more ground effect now, so they've got more aero. It's just whether they lose aero because it's quite bumpy. Like as they go down and they go up, they chatter across the ground a bit. I think
you could stall your aero on these ground effect cars. Yeah. Anyway,
I think they'll be fine. They're phenomenal, these F1 cars this year.
So what are we expecting here? The big talk, I think this is the first thing we got to talk about, other than the track, which we've covered now. The big thing we got to talk about is the change in regs coming, the technical directive or whatever it's called. So from all the complaining from most teams about Mercedes, obviously the loudest, about porpoising early in the season. If I went and looked into things, did some investigation, and went, this is how we think we can control it as an interim measure for this year, and then there's more measures coming from next year. But the funny thing is, what they found when they were digging into the porpoising issue is they found some teams were taking some liberties on the floor, on how much the floor can move.
Flex at the back,
basically the skid plate, which should be your limiting factor to how far the floor can move, was essentially apparently moving, like essentially retracting in, which means the plank can then fully flex as far as the skid plate does, which will give you a pretty big performance gain. Yep. So they found that by actually going and looking for something else. So credit where credit's due for all the complaining that happened. The complaining was about porpoising, but the complaining led to finding something else that's not really about porpoising at all. It's more about an additional way some teams, Ferrari and Red Bull apparently, are gaining rear downforce. So they've fixed that. And apparently there's a new floor test that should essentially eliminate that for this round. If it's true, Red Bull and Ferrari were having that flexi floor, they should lose quite a bit of performance this round. If it's true. You don't reckon?
I don't think so. No? I don't think it's be enough. Everything, you and I aren't in the loop enough to know, but from everything I've listened to from people who do know, they don't think it'll shake it up much. Yeah, okay, it might reduce the gap a little bit, but you'll still have 2 clear favourites. I think
it's not going to bring Mercedes straight back into the fight. You don't reckon? It's not that big a change.
Look, I could be completely wrong, but I don't believe so. I think it might just edge them a little bit closer, but not enough.
I have a theory and heard a rumor that Checo was already on the new floor that meets the new regs for the last couple of rounds, France and Hungary. Which is why he's behind the Mercs. I don't know because the Red Bull aren't there for Checo; they're there for Max. So why not stick the floor in his car early and get some data, 2 rounds worth of data? Because no testing. Don't forget, it's not like they were able to go testing during the summer break. Everything about this new floor, whatever changes they have to make, if true, it would all be theoretical. They would have maybe tried it in a wind tunnel. Definitely tried it on CFD. On computer simulations, but like track time to actually try it is impossible. It's not going to come. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past Red Bull to sacrifice a couple of rounds for Checo and get some running time on it and learn some things and try some things.
Plausible.
I don't know. It's not implausible. Yeah.
No, if that is the case, and Merck don't need to make any changes, happy days. We've got a three-way fight again.
He was behind the Mercs. He was behind the Mercs in both those rounds, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Not forgetting that George Russell did put it on pole. Yeah. We seem to be glossing over that. That was obviously a freak lap, but the Mercs are clearly quite good.
A freak lap and an anomaly of a track. Like Hungaroring, you almost got to dismiss as a form indicator the same way you have to dismiss Monaco.
Correct.
Like I think it's that different. It's that different to the rest of the season. I wouldn't be going expecting. Say the floor doesn't lose Ferrari and Red Bull much performance. I'm not expecting pole again from Mercedes here, personally. However, if they lose a bunch of downforce from this, who knows?
What about the rest of the field?
I mean, all the chat and rumours are around that Red Bull and Ferrari were running it was someone else. Who knows? I guess if you're not fast, no one cares, right? Like you're not going to be the talk of the town that you're potentially running an illegal floor if you're fucking Williams.
True.
No one gives a fuck.
No one cares if you're running an extra cylinder in your motor. You're still last.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe other teams were doing it as well, and they're going to suffer here, but don't know.
Who knows? What do we got? A few days to find out. I hope it's closer. I really hope that it comes to, a few tenths separate the top 10 and we have some good racing. I'd love to see some maybe Alonso sneak another podium out or shake the pecking order up. That'd be good. I don't know. I'd love to see Ricciardo
track too, like a real drivers track. And when I say this in the context of like, you can qualify like 4th or 5th here and be on for the win. It's not a procession.
I read something on this actually. Do you want me to break your heart?
What? Oh, there's a stat about how many races have been won from pole. Right?
I think there's something stupid about the last. Hang on, I'm not. Here we go. I don't want to make myself look silly here, but I will say it when I read it. All but 4 of the last 21 Spa races have been won from the front row. From the front row. Okay. I mean, racing is better this year. You'd have to say. True. It's not going to say that it's not, but
yeah. Anyway, I think if you're in the top 4, 5, you probably have a shot. Yeah, we'll see.
Now,
what's Tyre Deg like? Yeah, go on. No, you go.
Tyre Deg's not going to make any difference because it's meant to hose down with rain again.
Oh, remember last year? Did you see that? What, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep. That'll shake it up.
Last year's race wasn't even a race. They did 3 laps under the safety car, or however many it was, 2, 4, I can't remember.
2, I think, yeah.
2. For it to count as a Grand Prix officially, and then they canned it.
Yeah. I don't know how they counted that, but anyway, they did.
There was this big campaign last year for people to like get their money back because they're saying it's not a real race. But then, like the organisers in F1 were like, well, technically, according to the sporting regs, it was a race. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And then, okay, we'll take it away. That means Max doesn't win it. So all his fans, which is pretty much everybody at that track, he doesn't get the win anymore. Which would you prefer?
Yeah.
So they probably all went, oh, okay, no worries. Well, it's a race.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you going to say before I hijacked it?
I've got a couple of. Shall we go into a couple of facts?
Yeah, go on.
What do you think? So, here's one for you. I'll go about country facts first. Belgium's highway can be seen from the moon.
What?
Yep. The almost 100% lit highway network is one of the few man-made structures seen that far at night. Belgium is among the top 10 countries for the highest road and railroad density, although TomTom ranks Brussels as the 7th most congested city in Europe. How's that?
There you go.
Huh? I've got a random fact as well.
Yep.
Belgium is the world's leading exporter of billiard balls.
What?
So then they make 80% of the world's pool balls.
That is a bizarre fact. You've
Who
done
would have
well.
thought? Who would have thought? It's so weird. It is so weird. Going on from that, I've got a couple of race facts here. Here's one that I don't think you would have known is a fact, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, unless Kevin Magnussen leads a lap of this race, he will overtake Eddie Cheever for second on the list of most Grand Prix races without leading a lap.
Wow.
I would have thought he'd led a lap at some point when someone had fallen off or
Yeah,
something.
surely.
No, but no, apparently not.
Never.
Never. You know who's on top of that list? This is going to surprise you. Poor old Martin Brundle.
Has never led a lap either.
Never led a lap. 158
Not even-
races without a lap lead.
Not even when people, not even when people like pit or he's running an alternate
nothing.
strategy. Wow.
Sad
Wow.
considering how competitive he was in F3 against Senna. Like he took Senna to the title in F3. Like, he was a
Yeah.
proper talent. That's
Yep.
a shame. So K-Mag, he's going to have to win this week.
At least lead a lap.
I had another one about it involves Lando actually. Most points
Yeah.
scored without a win.
Well,
So if Lando will jump to second on the list if he gets 9 points ahead of Romain Grosjean.
okay.
Hulkenberg's got another 150 on top of that. That's not a stat you want. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's
Most
not.
points
He could have
without a
had that win. He could have had that win in Russia a couple of years ago, but
Oh yeah, 2021. Yeah, last year wasn't it? Bad strat.
2020?
I heard they had Ferrari's strategists. in McLaren then.
To be fair, that one was his call. They
True.
said, "Do you want to come in?" And he said no. And they neglected to mention that, like, the fucking monsoon of all monsoons is coming. Yeah.
Carlos is getting a pay rise too, by the way, because he's
What?
now
I
taken
bet
on.
he's-
He's taken on 3 roles. He's chief strategist and he's the technical director. Good on him, and driver.
I've got yeah. I've got a Belgium fact, if you'd like it.
I'd love it.
In Belgium, you can get burgers and whatnot made of horse meat.
What?
Yeah. It's a dish. Like, apparently someone told enough this part's legit. Like, I did
Oh, that
fact
sounds
check this.
horrific.
I googled, like, can you like horse meat Belgium, and it's a definite dish. I'd heard it in the context of, like, you go to the racetrack and you go to those like mobile food trucks.
I'll grab a cheeseburger. That's a horse
in
burger, my
Austra-
friend.
Like in Australia, you get whatever cheeseburgers,
Ugh.
Dagwood dogs, like whatever you're into. Apparently, horse burgers.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but also like, what's the difference? What's the difference between a cow and a horse, really? It's
True.
like it's just people's perception, because we've classed certain animals into their food and certain
True.
animals into their not. But
It's just a taste thing, I suppose. That's
Yeah, I
what
don't
it
know.
would be.
I don't know what horse tastes like.
I don't think many people do, to be fair.
Nor do I want to. Imagine that. Imagine just not knowing, like, you don't speak Flemish or whatever the menu would be in. You're at the Belgian Grand Prix. You go order yourself a burger. You're eating it. You're like, yeah, there's something different about this. I don't know what it is. And then finding out later it was a horse burger. That'd be confronting.
Yeah, it'd be certainly a unique experience. Probably the word you're looking for.
So anyway, they're getting it at the track bit. I don't know if I haven't been able to verify that, know whether that's true, but it is definitely Belgian cuisine. Going down on some
Fair
things.
enough. Fair enough. Is that all you got for?
Yeah, that's all I got. I thought that one's pretty interesting.
Let's
So
get
all the drivers except Lewis, look, be careful what you eat this weekend.
let's get into tips.
Worry about it. Yeah, go on. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Do
So
you
you
have
want
tips
your-
last time, or do I?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So we already analysed it, but I've
Oh,
got
we did.
some.
We did
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
at 7. You're at 2.
Okay.
So,
That's not great.
oh, you go
Did we have a
first.
bet? Did we have a bet? We had a bet for a bonus point of where Piastri's going to end up, but we didn't say yet.
I said McLaren. You said AlphaTauri. I actually listened to
Did
that
I?
before.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
That
once
ain't going to
that's
happen, my
announced,
friend.
it'd probably be the better move, to be honest, for his career. But we'll not get into that. I
But
guess.
like what Simon said last week about he doesn't think that having a not being part of a constructor,
Get your
you
world
won't win a world
championship.
championship. That's a good
Fair
theory.
point. It's fairly astute. It's fairly
So
astute.
going
Okay.
to yeah. Anyway, let's go. Go.
So it's 7-2. What I'm doing my tips?
Yeah,
Are you
go.
writing them down or am I?
I'm writing. I got it.
Okay. Okay. I'm falling into the same trap I want to fall into. No, I'm doing it. Ready?
Albon.
Latifi, Albon. No.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1. I'm
Go.
going. Charles, Lewis, Max, George. No, Carlos George.
Max, Carlos, Jorge. Jorge Brussel. All right. So here's what I've got. So you got Leclerc. All right, that's fair. So I'm going to say it's raining. So I'm going
Okay.
Russell.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Russell followed
yeah.
by Lando, followed by Max.
Lando's good in the wet.
What's his bloody name? Leclerc. That's 4, and then Carlos.
Okay. Yeah, fuck, I forgot about the rain. I think I've made an error here. Yeah, you've done well. You've done well. We literally spoke about it 5 minutes ago and I've already forgotten about it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
Russell was really good last year in the rain. So was
Wait,
Lando until...
Read yours again. Where'd you put Max?
Russell,
Yeah.
Lando, Max, Leclerc,
okay.
and Carlos. So
Oh,
I'm banking on Checo barrel rolling it through a Rouge first lap.
Jesus, that's rough. Yeah, okay.
He'll be safe. Cars are safe now. He's not going to get hurt. So
okay.
don't stress. He's just going to have a big crash. That's all. It's going to be entertaining.
Right. Yeah. What year was it? I don't really care what year it was. I just want to talk about it. Where
don't actually care, but I'll talk about it anyway.
Max broke his fucking steering arm at turn 1 at La Source, and then essentially went fucking straight off the road at Eau Rouge and stuck it in the fence. What year was that?
I don't remember that.
That was recent-ish. Yeah. Yep.
Jeez, big.
Big-ish. Yeah. I mean, you're going off at Eau Rouge. It's not going to be small, but it also wasn't like Lando tearing all 4 corners off last year.
That was big.
In qualifying, yeah.
Do you remember a couple of years ago, it was wet again, when Checo was with Force India, he had a moment going in. Yeah, and then we had a massive moment. It was like looking like on a 90-degree angle towards the wall, like, oh, I'm done here. And somehow got away with it.
Yeah, it was insane.
Change of underpants that day. Could you imagine?
What else? What else do we need to talk about?
So, do we know of any upgrades? Have we heard?
Well, we know of potential. Well, apparently, Mercedes are bringing them like for the rest of the year somehow. We know of potential downgrades with this floor. If they've got to go to a stiffer floor, that'll be a downgrade for a Red Bull. No, I don't know of too much, to be honest.
Do we touch? Yeah, I haven't heard. We're not going to know until probably 2 days' time from now. But we haven't spoken about it. Let's just quickly, to wrap it up, let's just touch on the 2026 regs. That's just been announced.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, they announced the 2026 engine regulations, which includes no more fossil fuel. They've got rid of the MGU-H. Now it's the MGU-K is almost doubled its horsepower. It's gone from, I think, 185 kilowatts to 350 kilowatts.
So the MGU-H recovers energy lost through heat, like off the turbocharger, correct? Which is why it's heat. And MGU-K recovers lost kinetic energy, meaning when you're on the brakes, it's harvesting, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So say that again. MGU-H gone, MGU-K doubled. So in output.
Correct. So I believe that is going to be exceptionally hard to control. The turbo's bigger as well.
Hold on 2 seconds though, because this is the interesting part about this. The battery is not changing, right? So you're going to be
It's bigger.
No, is it? Mm-hmm. I swear they said it's not. I swear they said the same battery. Oh, that makes more sense. I had heard it was same battery, and that's where I was confused because I'm like, hang on a second, you're deploying double electrical energy, but your battery's the same size.
And I believe the MGUK now is Alberto Fabrega, that guy, the F1 tech dude. He did a really good. He did a 90-second video. We actually shared it on our socials. A 90-second video of how summarised the rules, and the MGUK is now planted within the chassis, and they've just condensed a few more things. It seems to be the way of the future, but I'm hearing some complaints. Everyone from the fan base anyway are talking about, they had an opportunity to maybe make the cars a little bit louder, a little bit more spectator friendly, but they don't believe any of that's changed.
At the end of the day, not the only, that's a bit far. One of the main things that differentiates Formula One from any category, most other categories around the world, is that it actually contributes technology to the road car industry and to other industries, right? Most, you just go buy a car, buy a chassis off fucking whoever it is, some sort of manufacturer. In IndyCar, it'll be Dallara or whoever it is. In GT cars, you buy it off Mercedes or KTM or whoever, and you go racing and fucking blah. Formula One are actually developing stuff that can end up in your road car. ABS, active suspension, traction control. All this shit came from Formula One, right? So if the world is heading in a direction, Formula One should too. So the technology it's developing has a place. So I think that should take priority over being a few decibels louder or quieter, personally.
Yeah, but I think
stay relevant and have manufacturer interests.
I don't believe that that is a good point. The last bit you just said, I'll touch on that in a second, but they can make them a little bit louder. It's not hard. Just make the exhaust a little bit bigger. That's not going to change any of the technology. The technology remains the same, but just make things a bit louder and make them a bit more. They're so fast, they're so cool to watch. Why not make them just a little bit more noisy so you're like, wow, F1 cars are on track. At the moment, you can't even hear the bloody things. Yeah.
It definitely makes sense to double down on the MGUK thing. Clearly the world is heading in an EV direction. Hybrid in a lot of even if all personal vehicles go fully EV, I think there'll always probably be sections that stay a mix of both, like trucking and buses or whatever it might be. Planes, definitely. There's always going to be certain container ships. There's always going to be certain things that still use fuel to a point. So if Formula One goes a sustainable fuel direction, which it is, and B is developing technology to harvest energy when you can harvest it at the fastest possible rate it can, which obviously you're going to try and do in a Formula One car, and then B, deploy it again when you need the boost to get it as efficiently as possible. That technology can have so many applications. So I think staying hybrid makes sense rather than going fully EV and being Formula E, definitely. And if they can figure out how to charge batteries faster and recover more lost energy, that has such big global implications. Say you figure out how to recharge a battery with 20% better from braking energy. Apply that to every vehicle in the world. It's fucking massive.
I mean, it's heat, so why not? Why can't they look at? That's not our.
I don't know why they dropped the MGH. I'm missing something clearly, but to me, recovering lost energy from heat also makes sense.
Maybe it was a cost thing. Maybe they decided.
Maybe it's because road cars don't use that tech. Everyone uses MGUK technology, recovery energy during braking and lift off, and no one's using MGUH stuff in road cars. So why bother? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you might be right. It also might be down to the simple cost of developing that product, that part
Maybe.
of product. And they wanted to simplify the whole process a little bit rather than overcomplicate it. But anyway, it's the other thing I was about to say is you briefly mentioned it, but I can't remember who was saying it, but they said that they feel the regulations are skewed towards dragging more manufacturers in.
Of course it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to prolong the length of the sport. Now, that's all well and good. But by doing that, does that then make it too easy for people to start a team and be good?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think you're making it too easy. No way. It's a good question. It's a valid question, but I doubt it. I think even someone with a big checkbook comes in and tries to start like a greenfield team, right, from scratch, not buying another team, not partnering with another team. 2026, they come in and go, I like these engine regs. I'm going to come in, I'm going to start a brand fucking new team, ground up, build the factory, build everything in 2026. And it's like, I don't know, Audi, whoever, right?
Yep.
Lamborghini, fucking who cares? Someone. They're not going to win races straight away. No way, right?
No, not at all.
No.
Interesting, though.
But it is an incentive for them to come in because, like, they can develop technology on the racetrack, which is the world's best fucking laboratory.
Yep.
For car technology. They can develop technology on the racetrack and then apply it to their road cars and build a better product. It's a smart way to attract manufacturers, but I don't think anyone's going to waltz in and go, oh well, we can use this from here and this from here and this from here, and bang, we've got a car that can compete for the world championship. Nah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We don't want people jumping in and going, oh, we're going to win, and they need to look after their long-established teams as well at some point. I think we've pretty much hit everything on the head.
I think so. We've done our tips. We've talked about our love of Spa. We've talked about silly season that there's not really been any updates because everyone's been on the beach. We'll see. Should be interesting. I love that track so much. I drove it a bit on F1 22.
It's great.
So good. So good. Really
One
good.
more.
Yeah.
The under pressure drivers at the moment, we've got Ricciardo, Latifi.
I would argue Sonoda.
Sonoda, that's the other one.
I would argue Sonoda, but I saw a quote from Marco, sort of kind of
hinting
praising Sonoda, and almost knocking Gasly. Like essentially saying that like Sonoda's at his level now. Definitely speed wise, not race result wise yet. But yeah, something to that effect. I was like, I don't know. Are you watching different races to me or looking at different information to me?
I want to plant something in someone's mind here. Haas have openly, Steiner has openly said that he has not negotiated or has not even discussed a contract with Mick Schumacher for next year. So let's call him out. If you consider that, Giovinazzi is doing not one, but 2 FP1 outings with that team at Coda and Monza very soon. Is that not as obvious as you get to sign the driver?
Could be.
I think it's... And then Schumacher's...
Rumour is Schumacher to Alpine.
Right? And that leaves Ricciardo with nothing. They're talking about maybe Haas if Giovinazzi doesn't go there, but nothing. Out. Let everyone stew on that.
Yeah. He wouldn't do... Surely, like... Ricciardo doesn't strike me as the type of bloke to, like, take the Williams seat then or, like, whatever scraps are left, right? I think he'd just be like, fucking catches. It's been real. See you later. You can pay me to sit on the couch. Thanks, McLaren.
And he'll be at the Bathurst 12-hour next year. GT car.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I think it's either Dan or Mick for the Alpine seat, and I think that could be the determining factor whether he stays in F1. Red Bull. You see Red Bull putting Mick in AlphaTauri? Get him in the Red Bull family?
I don't know. Is Mick still part of Ferrari?
Young Driver Academy, yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It would make sense for Red Bull commercially to have a Schumacher in there. Anyway.
There's some food for thought. I think there's probably next couple of weeks or something will wash out a little bit. We've got a triple header as well, by the way.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. 3 races in a row. Good, thank you.
I don't think I ever remember that happening previously. Maybe I
Wait, where's the one after Spa?
Netherlands.
Oh, I could go to that,
race.
but I couldn't do it to myself. No, thank you.
And Monza. Why don't you go to Monza?
Too many Max fans.
Monza. That is apparently the race to go to.
I've been, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It's cool. It is really cool. It'd be cool to go in a year where Ferrari actually have a shot, though. That'd be...
But you are going to Singapore, correct?
Yes. Being that I live there and all.
Outstanding.
Yep. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Sick.
Yeah, all right. It's been real. Let's see what driving news shakes out during the week and, or in the days following the weekend. And we'll talk to you all next week, I guess.
Go, George. First win.
Big call. Yeah, who do I say? Charles. He's due. He's so due.
Oh, if it's a wet, dry track, you might as well forget about it because they'll make the wrong call.
Yeah. That's very
okay, Charles. Pit for slicks. It's monsoonal weather. Anyway.
It's still... there's puddles on the track. Yeah, okay. All right, very good. Say hi to your mum for me.
Say hi to your mum for me. Thanks.